dollars in mileage and other travel charges alone from Oklahoma City-based Boomer Environmental, who billed the Oklahoma Department of Transportation $545,680 for Operation Safe, the homeless encampment cleanup effort over a 2-week period in September. ODOT tells me they have a number of environmental contractors that are closer, but because of the, quote, rapid response needed, they needed one with immediate availability. I asked what was behind the urgency, but did not receive an explanation. The staff clocked long hours, too, billing the state for 17-and-a-half-hour days for project manager and up to 18 technicians who made $95 an hour. The cost for just disposing of the 2 million pounds of trash and debris, $54,000. The state entered into a contract with Boomer Environmental in 2021 and have renewed the contract with varying price increases. The most notable increase, rental fees for tractor trailers. In 2021, it was $225. For Operation Safe, the daily rate was $1,400, and multiple tractor trailers were used every day. Our taxpayer dollars also went toward personal protection equipment for staff at $55 a day each. From our video, the type of PPE is unclear.
ODOT and OMES both denied our requests for interviews, leaving many of these charges unexplained. ODOT did confirm their own labor and other costs for Operation Safe totaled just under $16,000. We also reached out directly to Boomer Environmental. They asked for questions in writing and will update if they respond. And remember, this is just one company's invoice. We've requested additional financial records, and by contract, those invoices should come with supporting documentation. We'll be pressing for those details and for answers on why taxpayers were charged more than $500,000 in just 2 weeks. Stay with us.
Your first forecast, sponsored by Burgraff Disaster Restoration.
Well, we talked about the toasty Saturday on the way. Let's break it down for you hour by hour. Starting out very pleasant tomorrow morning. Patio lunch will be certainly possible tomorrow with a lot of sunshine. Temperatures working up in the low to mid 80s by noon, and then mid, maybe even a few upper 80s once we get into the afternoon with a south-southeast breeze, at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. So probably a little bit more of a breeze tomorrow compared to what we've had out there today or the day before. But again, that morning tomorrow will be very comfortable. Want to head out for a morning walk or jog. Perfect weather. Low to mid 60s. There may be a spot or two in some outlying spots into the upper 50s tomorrow morning, pretty much with what we have seen throughout the week. And again, mid to upper 80s for highs tomorrow afternoon. More mid 80s as you go farther to the east, and a better chance into the upper 80s as you go farther to the west or to the south. And we may add another degree or two to that once we get into Sunday. If you're heading to Norman for OU versus Kent State, temperatures will be pushing 90 degrees in Norman through the first half of the game, then mid 80s by the end of the game. Tulsa on the road in Memphis tomorrow evening. Should be a nice evening. Temperatures in the 70s there. And OSU out in Tucson tomorrow. Highs in the low 90s for that game with a lot of sunshine. So a toasty day there as well. Here's what we've got right now. Brookside looking back toward downtown. It is a wonderful Friday evening across Green Country. We've got a clear sky out there, and we will keep it clear through the overnight. 76 our current temperature. We made it up to 89 degrees for the high this afternoon. And we've been stuck in this weather pattern that has really kept us very warm over the last week or so, and also very dry, and that holds through the weekend. So again, tomorrow morning will be a nice start. Lots of sunshine as we head into Saturday afternoon, and then we keep the sun around on Sunday. Notice, though, here comes that next front approaching from the north and west, and we'll also have some moisture approaching from the south and east. So by Monday, I am going to add a slight chance of a shower or storm for those of you south and east, and then by Tuesday, we'll have a chance farther northwest and south and east as the ridge that has been over us, that ridge of high pressure, starts to weaken a bit, and a front will work into the region. Now, I don't think it's going to be widespread rain, but we will have some chances into the middle of next week. Highs again on Sunday, pushing 90 degrees with a lot of sunshine in the forecast. You can see those highs will drop to near 80 once we get into the middle of next week.
A It's time for Friday Night Live on 2 News Oklahoma, sponsored by Brahms.
Do you start or do I start?
You
How do
go
we
ahead
do
and
this,
start
Dan? I start?
You start this time.
I'll do the honors. Welcome, one and all. You have found Friday Night Live, as always.
Kid tested, mother approved.
Thank you. Full house in the studio for Week 5 as the high school football season has reached its midpoint, Dan.
Yeah, welcome back. Feels good in the studio, doesn't it?
Does feel good. Not too cramped.
Our FNL game of the week, a battle of Class 3A unbeaten between Lincoln Christian and Holland Hall. We're going to get to those in just a bit, but first, a big one in O-Town.
Big one. Antonio Graham, only one season as Rams head coach. It went well. 12 wins, nearly claimed that gold ball, and just days after that 1-point loss in the state title game, Graham returns to his alma mater, Union. Bill Blankenship returns to Owasso as head coach. A unique situation all the way around. Roll those highlights. The Rams coming off the big win at Broken Arrow. Union finally picked up win number 1 on the season last week against Edmond Santa Fe. Owasso strikes first. Drew Frankenfield out route for Takari Bethel, and there he goes. When number 1 turns the corner, you can say good night. 45 yards to the house in a hurry, Rams on the board. Owasso driving again moments later, but the defense makes a play for Union. Tipped pass, Kane Brackney the interception, and there goes the junior linebacker for a pick 6. Union right back in this thing, but eventually that Rams offense would take complete control of this ball game. Frankenfield airs it out for Julius Wilson. He got way behind everybody. Had to slow up to haul it in, slips a tackle, and there he goes, about 65 yards for a touchdown. Big night for Frankenfield. And Owasso on its way to a lopsided win. We're in the final 2 minutes, 49-15, the score. All right, quite the honor for Lauren Montgomery and Bixby football this week, Dan. Look at
Number
this.
one.
Number 1. Can't do better than
That's
that.
not the state of Oklahoma. That's the country. Also, this is according to the Massey rating. So the first time the Spartans have topped that national poll after the impressive showing in the win against Jinx last week. Bixby right back home facing more. So, Kate, let's play our favorite game. How much did Bixby win by tonight?
Okay.
They scored in the first 18 seconds, so up 8-0. Jason Mole hits the hole, gets in for the 8-yard score, 14-0. But these next 2 plays are what we call Bixby plays, because there's something the Spartans do that no one else can.
Just
Carson
showing
Kirby fakes the run, pitches to Braden Presley, who then throws it across the field to Nathan Gonzalez. He skirts a would-be tackler, takes it into the blue paint for the Spartan touchdown. Now, that's probably going to be the most unique score you see tonight,
surely, right?
Next drive. Presley, though, can't help but smile. Okay, follow along. More Coach Snyder getting his back. Kirby throws it out to catch it to Hart. It's forward, and then he pitches to Presley, who then throws it across the field to Kirby, who gets the score. Good luck, scorekeeper. Bless you for your work. Bixby, 81-6.
A lot going on. All right, Adam Gaylor's Jinx Trojans trying to bounce back from the loss to Bixby last week. Huge road game as they visit undefeated Norman. Any concern of a hangover put to rest in a hurry. Opening minute, Landon Kazar. How Kazar. The 32-yard touchdown toss. Caleb Dillard has it. Boys of Troy score first. They also score second, Dan. Still first quarter. KD Jones is going to break one. Untouched, I'd say. 70-yard house call. For the former OSU commit, might still become a Cowboy. Time will tell. Jones would score again to make it 20-0 at the half. 212 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns for KD, who is now 3 scores away from the Trojans' all-time record. Just an impressive showing, top to bottom, offense and defense, after giving up 66 in the loss to Bixby. How about a shutout in this one? James strolls into Norman and tames the Tigers 44-0. What a good win for the boys of Troy.
All right, Broken Arrow on the road at UConn, looking to shake off that loss to Owasso. The Millers looking for 3 points, but Samaj Stanford, quiet in the set, please, says, you'll get nothing and like it. Blocks the field goal and then races off from there, 70 yards from scoop to score. Tigers double their lead 14-0. Now in the third, it's 21-7. Jeremiah Satimba, he throws it far side for Stanford, who makes the catch and beats the Miller defender for his second score of the night. Now, anytime he scored 2 touchdowns, that's a solid night on the gridiron. He did it special teams. He did it on offense. Now we're going to go to the fourth. Miller's over the middle.
Stop it.
Caden, what number is that young man wearing?
Oh, my word. Number 4.
Stanford, interception. And he takes it for the touchdown. An incredible night from him. Broken Arrow, 42-14, BATID.
Wow. What a ball game. Okay, that was fun. Now for our FNL game of the week, Dan. Lincoln Christian hosting Holland Hall. These 2 Tulsa private schools combined to claim 5 of the last 6 state championships here in Class 3A. Dutch, of course, beating the Bulldogs for the gold ball in 2020 and 21, but Lincoln has been running this state ever since, riding Oklahoma's second longest winning streak right now 32 games in a row. Carl Albert's number one. To Dennisburg Stadium we go, where the Bulldogs have won 53 in a row at home. What a beast Jerry Rickey has built out east after the defense forces a 3-and-out. Here comes that Lincoln offense. Braden Baker doing the heavy lifting on the opening drive. From the Wildcat, this a gain of about 30. And then it's Baker, the touchdown maker, capping the drive with the dive for the end zone. 149 yards on the night for number 12. The Bulldogs winning that battle of the trenches early. Great quarterback matchup in this one. Carter Rickey at Lincoln. Trey Burleson for the Dutch. He hits Mason Lilly for a first down gain here. 6'4" tall. That's a good target. But the drive would stall as Lincoln Torres tracks down Burleson for the sack. Torres and that Bulldogs defense dominant early, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage on almost every snap. Second quarter, we've got Rickey, the former Buffalo Wild Wings player of the week, does a great job picking his spots. Picks one here, fires over the middle for Hudson Ferris. We can strike up the pep band in the north end zone. 35-yard score. Bulldogs go to the half up 28-0, and they pile on even more in the final 24 minutes. You see that final score, Lincoln 62, Dutch 0. Hello. These Bulldogs are a monster. Dan, how do you toss the break? I haven't been here in a few weeks. What do we say?
We got a lot more on the
back.
other side. 6A2 all the way down to 3A. We'll stick around for those.
Friday Night Live, Week 5. Class 6A2 homecoming at Charles Page High School. Bobby Klink Sandites would make sure it was a happy one, hosting Capitol Hill. Opening kickoff here, Alex Dudley has it. Watch number 1, the captain, going to work. Breaks a tackle, reverses course, and Dudley is going to do right to start this ball game. How about 81 yards to the house? The Sandites off to the races. Now, we can't possibly show you a Sand Springs football highlight without this duo. Easton Webb going up top for Dom Forbes. Chicks dig the long ball, Dan. 5 for the end zone. Forbes completes the 51-yard touchdown. Mighty Sandites with 70 on the board in this one, 70-0 the final. Dale Condit's Muskogee Ruffers hosting PC West. This game also never in doubt. Patriots punt. It's a shank. Bounces around. Kenyon Goodson heads up to grab it and just go straight to the house. Ruffers up 14-0 there. Moments later, it would be Cason Delgado throwing downfield to Caden Ford with a touchdown. Ruffers rolling this thing 63-0 the final. Second win on the season for Dale Condit and company. Welcome back into FNL, everybody. Dan, you say things now.
Let's go to 5A, shall we? Coweta Tigers are off to a hot start, unbeaten at 4-0. They won a nail-biter in McAllister last week, came down to the goal line. Another nail-biter tonight against Bishop Kelly. Samson Tamajani has those highlights.
Yes.
I'm back in Wagner County tonight, and it should be a good one here. The Comets got the better of the Tigers last year, but then again, so did just about everyone. But Coweta is on an undefeated 4-0 record so far, and they would love nothing more than to continue their year of revenge. Kelly, on the other hand, looks to go 2-0 in district and above 500 on the year. Meanwhile, we've got a pink out for fighting breast cancer that even the refs are in on it. We'll see a lot of pink